Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us on today's Family Health Show, Season 2, Fearfully and Wonderfully Made, Know Your Body. So for those of you who it's your first time, we are part of a group called TTI, also known as True Temperance International. And we're here to bring you up-to-date information on taking care of your health. So on today's show, we're going to be featuring a specific topic. If I can just advance this slide, here we go. So it's Juice for Health. And so I'm your host, Sharon Wallace, and we also have...
Good afternoon, everyone. Charlene.
Thank you, Charlene. So would you like to say anything, just to, I don't know, say anything about yourself? I mean, I'll say, okay, first of all, my name's Sharon, and I'm joined in the ministry with my husband, Edgar. You'll be hearing from him shortly. We have 3 teenage children, and we love sharing the blessings of good health as shared from God's word, the Living Bible. That's me. Hiya. Charlene.
Okay, so I'm Charlene. You will see my husband later on. He'll be doing the juicing, and I am a mother to 3 now. Not just recently had a baby girl, and we always love to be in health, into ministry, and a blessing to be in ministry with friends, family, but also meeting our wider family, which is you all, our TTI family.
Okay. Thank you, Charlene. So as you can see, we're going to have lots of beautiful colours to share with you, and all the blessings that you have in these colours provided from the hand of God through nature directly to you to help you on your health path, on your health journey through life. As you can see, there is some sunshine. You can see the rays of the sun on my wall, but it's a little bit dark in here, so we may put the lights on. And we're just going to go through a few promotional slides just so that you know what we do to support you, because this platform is for you, it's here for you, and we just want to support you as you go along on your health journey. So we're going to go through a few promo slides. Firstly, we have our disclaimer. Charlene, could you?
Okay, so only a physician can diagnose, treat, and prescribe for illness or disease. Any information disclosed or discussed at the TTI Zoom talk show is for educational and informational purposes only. Please continue to seek professional medical advice from your general practitioner regarding any illness or disease you may be suffering from.
Thank you, Charlene. And those of you who've been with us for all this time, probably about 18 months now, you probably know our disclaimer by heart. But when the pressure's on and you're trying to say it, you get a little bit flustered. Anyway, so as I said, we do our family wellness health shows, every Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. UK time, and various times depending on where in the world you are joining us from, but it's usually set at 3 p.m. UK time. And in the week, we stay in touch with you. We don't just say, okay, here's your show, we'll set you some challenges and just leave you to it. We do try to support each other, and we have some very lively communication groups. Telegram, that's the platform that we use. And so we have a women's wellness group, a men's wellness group, and a spiritual health group. And feel free to take a note of those URLs that are there on the screen if you want to do a screenshot, or if you're that quick at typing or writing, then yeah, fine, go ahead. But I don't know anyone who's that quick. So yeah, so take a note of that information, and we do our endeavor to share in the week, whether it's the recipes or things that you may have made and you want to share with us. On the spiritual health group, we have devotionals that people like to encourage one another with. If there's any prayer requests, we have those on the spiritual health group. So feel free to join us with whichever group is relevant to you. Whether you're a woman, you join the women's wellness group, a man, you join the men's, and spiritual is no gender specific. Okay, if you want encouragement or would like to share encouragement, then please join the spiritual health group. Oh, I know, I forgot. We forgot to welcome our YouTube viewers. Hi, everyone on YouTube. We haven't forgotten you. I just had a little senior moment there, so forgive me, please. Okay. So that's on a Tuesday. We are currently doing a Battle for Your Mind series. It's a Bible discussion group, and that's run with Lewis Harris and Alvin McQueen. So they're running the current series that we're doing. It's a 10-part series. And this week we are on part 5, or this week coming, this Tuesday coming, it will be the assault on the tower. So please join and come in and discuss and learn and share on this platform. They're very lively discussions, very thought-provoking, gets you to think a little deeper perhaps. And the Zoom ID is different to today's platform. As you can see, the numbers are on the poster, and the passcode is there as well. So that's every Tuesday, and the time, 7 till 8 UK time. So the next one coming up is going to be in October, the 5th? No, yeah, the 5th of October. It's October coming.
October, November.
November, thank you, November, Tuesday. So there you go. You know what I'm trying to say. Shirley, over to you.
Okay, so before we used to have essential oil classes every Thursday at 7 p.m. Until further notice, we will be having the classes every other week. So we won't have one next week, but it will be the week after, the 11th of November. And I think we might be going into, as our series, ancient oils, but just stay tuned regarding the essential oils. It could be ancient oils, it could be cooking, it could be a different series. So stay tuned regarding the essential oil classes, where we discuss essential oils, how they benefit the body when it comes to health. So please look out if you're on our WhatsApp or Telegram groups regarding the essential oil class.
Yes, and we've just finished a series looking at New Start to see how the essential oils can be applied to New Start in enhancing our health. And obviously, I say obviously, those of you who know New Start, in fact, we did a little giveaway on Thursday just gone, just asked somebody to tell us what the New Start acronym stands for, and they hopefully will be receiving, went in the post yesterday, a free essential oil. But yes, so the New Start principle is an acronym for the 8 doctors of good, healthy living. There are different acronyms out there. There's one called Restoration, which Dr. Louisa shared with us a couple of weeks ago. But New Start looks at nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, and in God. So these are the 8 principles. So moving across, we have a 10-day detox program that we're promoting. This is with Louise Reed from Mercy's Door Health Ministries, and it's running from the 7th to the 16th of November. It's a 10-day detox program to help you with cleansing your colon and detoxing your liver. And once your colon's been cleansed, then you're able to absorb all the nutrients that you would like to have from the food that you eat, and you're also able to eliminate easier what's coming out through the cleansing from your liver, eliminate that out of your system better. And we'll say a little bit more about that with the challenge that we set for this week from last week's show. So we'll tell you a little bit more about that. But yeah, the details are on there for this 10-day detox program. So by all means, contact Louise Reed. There's a phone number. This is a UK number, and the information, any more information you need, you'll be able to get when you contact Louise. Louise is also somebody who's presented on our True Temperance International Family Health show at least once, possibly more than once, and she comes on regularly. And anything on this one then, Shirley? What would you like to share with our viewers?
This promotion is from Kwankamani. Dr. Louisa, who presented last week and the week before, herself and Jason, they will be doing a health and wellness training seminar from the 14th of November to the 19th of December, between 1 and 5 South African time. And it is virtual, so you don't have to be there in South Africa. You can do it wherever you are in the world. And it's for anyone, anywhere in the world. And it is, the prices are there. But for more information, please contact the number below, which is +27 82 480 2240 or +27 82 610 72 35.
So I'm presuming that those numbers will be for Dr. Louisa and for Jason Williams. They'll be running the training.
Yes.
And they're both medical missionaries. We have a doctor and a trained medical missionary who's knows his things, he's very well experienced. He's trained us, and we recommend the training. Yeah. Okay. And finally, from our promo slides, we're just sharing a thank you to everybody. We really appreciate your support. You come on every week, you share the links, you share the information, you give us lots of encouragement, and we just want to thank you for your support. And if there's anybody who feels blessed and would like to support CTI financially, the information for our account is there on the slide. So by all means, take a screenshot, and we will appreciate whatever assistance you can support us with. Okay. And that's the end of that screen share. So let's ask our viewers if they took on the challenge. Who remembers? Is there anybody that would like to unmute? I know what the challenge was because I actually did it. But is there anyone of our viewers that would like to remind us who are on here what the challenge was and whether or not you did it? Or some of it, partly. And if you'd like to, anybody who would like to give a testimony of any of the challenges that they've been doing as well. So here's your moment, your opportunity. Okay, maybe there's someone on there. Maybe we need prompting. Okay. Well, last week we were looking at the hormonal system, and we looked really, really well in depth. If you missed last week's show, you really want to go back and have a look. So for those of you who don't know, we do record live on YouTube. And so not only is it available for those who are watching on YouTube now, but if you know, there's some messages popping up in the chat now. If you know anybody who you would like to share the show with, this class, I'd call it a class really. If you'd like to share this class with, the recordings are there on YouTube. We took a little while to edit last week's YouTube due to some unforeseen circumstances. However, it's there and you can go back and look. So the challenge, anyway, back to the challenge. It was to cleanse the colon. Now, who's put that in the chat? Who did that? Okay. It was, okay, that's a reminder. If you do have your device name as like there's someone called LGV35Q, well done to you, but we don't know who you are. Please, can you change your device to actually your name? So if you go on to participants and you find yourself, you can click on rename and just change your device name to your actual person name. Thank you, because that's almost like a registration number, LGV35Q. Don't know who you are, but you are right, colon cleanse. And don't worry, not everybody does things the first time around. So thank you for submitting your response. So yes, the first part of the challenge was to do a 1 to 3 day colon cleanse. And the recommendation that was given was to either book a colon cleanse, you could do maybe a colon, when they put the tube in, colonic, that's what it's called. Colonoscopy. Oh, that's when they have a look through the colon. But yeah, you could do a colonic where they flush it. But you could also do a gentler way where, not that that's not gentle, because it is. If the person, we could use, sorry, what was that, Valerie?
Colon irrigation.
Colonic irrigation. Thank you. That sounds better than what I say. Or you could use high fiber. So we suggested go on a high fiber diet for 2 to 3 days. You could use your cereals, you could use your flaxseed, make a tea of that. Go back on and have a look at the show and it tells you how to do that. So for 3 days, do the colon cleanse. That enables, as I said earlier, mentioned about it earlier with Louise's detox program. If you cleanse your colon, then your body is more receptive to cleaning out anything that you don't want in there. And then for the next 3 days, it was to do a liver support. Who remembers how we suggested to do the liver support? There was a special tea, a special herb that grows in many people's gardens.
Dandelion.
Dandelion.
Whoever said that first, it sounded like Ermi, but I don't think it was. But I saw Lorraine flash up as well. And Aloma, you are correct. Okay. Alana, you are correct. Drinking dandelion tea. So can we ask if there's anybody that did that?
There was somebody in the Telegram group that did that. I don't remember the name though.
I think I may have posted a photo of my tea.
Yeah, you did it.
I didn't. Did anybody have any dandelion tea?
Yes, I've been dandelion root tea last week, all week. Maybe not as often as, but I've been having it. I made some last night actually, but I haven't had a cup yet.
Okay. Great. So, and some people ask, thank you, Michael. Yes, you did. Some people ask, and I'm not sure if you're actually Michael or you're using Michael's device, because that usually happens. Some people say, well, what's better? Should I use the roots or should I use the leaves or the flowers? They're all good. And I did put in the chat, in the Telegram group, the comparison between the roots and the leaves, the different parts of the body that they're helpful to support. But both the roots and the leaves help with the liver. So, Michael, would you like to unmute and let us know how you got on with your tea? If you liked it, or if it tasted like you expected it to?
I liked it. The other thing I use the herbal bag, the tea bag. So
Okay.
I don't know that's more effective than using the natural.
Well, it's still dandelion and it's going to be dried leaves. So sometimes people say if it's dry, it's even more potent. But I just took the fresh leaves, just picked it out of my garden, gave some to the chickens. They love it. And used some for myself to make tea. And,
wonderful.
And it was nice. It was nice.
So you recommend not getting the bath, but the natural?
Whatever you have available, it's going to support your liver either way. I'm just saying what I use the leaves. Charlene, I know you guys like to use a lot of green teas. Do you use dandelion, or did you use any this week? Or did Jonathan?
Did it have dandelion in there? It might have. I think no, it didn't have dandelion in this tea because he had a blend, but it didn't have dandelion in there. But usually we have the dandelion root. We'll dig it up and then dry it and then have it as our coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some waiting to grind. It's dry, but it's been waiting for a long time to grind.
Yeah, so just grind it and have that. But we haven't had it this week. We just alternate. Right.
Well, thank you for those of you who have been trying the challenge. You can still keep doing it. We're going to give you another challenge this week, but you can still keep trying. Right, we're going to go over to our presentation today, and it's going to be taken by drum roll, me and Charlene and Jonathan. Okay, so it's international from the UK and joining you wherever you are. So I just need to share my screen. Let's see. Right one. You're not seeing anything right now, are you?
No, not yet, Sharon.
Okay, let's just try that again. Sorry. Can you see my screen?
Yep, can see it now.
Good, good, good. Okay. So today's presentation, we've got at least 3 or 4 of them for you. So we'll start off with this one called I Love Juicing. Okay, so it's self-explanatory, really. I love juicing. Okay, so hopefully you'll learn something from this as we go through. Okay, so the next slide. Next slide, please, Sharon. Okay, so in this presentation, we're going to look at the benefits. Sorry, just can you see? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we're going to look at the benefits of juicing and consider the differences between juicing and blending. There's no scientific evidence that extracted juices are healthier for you. Sorry, can you just see my slide, or can you see the?
Now I can see the benefits of juicing.
That's fine. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there's no scientific evidence that extracted juices are healthier than the juice you get by eating the fruit or the vegetable itself. So when you eat it, you will still get juices. But there's a lot of benefits by actually doing the juicing. And if you don't enjoy fruits and vegetables, juicing may be a way to add them to your diet, or even try certain fruits or vegetables that you wouldn't usually eat. This can also assist with children who are fussy eaters or students who are too busy with assignments. I know that was my situation back in those days, or even some senior folk who might not have the desire to cook or even eat. And even for me now as a vegetarian, there's some things that I struggled with eating. Some people are like, what, you don't like carrots? Well, I didn't like carrots or parsnips or beetroots because of the earthy taste. But I've learned to make some juice recipes with these vegetables that I actually like. So there are some benefits of getting these nutrients in your body by using juicing methods. Now, the reason why I've chosen this slide is because it is one of my favorite colors. I'm sure you can guess. Okay, it's green. I love green. Green reminds me of life, such as when you see new buds or shoots appearing in the spring after a cold winter. And this image for me shows a glass of life. When you mention juice, often the image that comes to mind is orange juice or apple juice or tropical fruit juice. However, we'll be sharing the benefits of both fruits and vegetable juices. Some say that the two shouldn't be mixed, your fruits and your vegetables. And I agree with that when you're eating, because they require different pH environments in the stomach for digestion. So if you're eating together, they'll stay in the gut for longer until the correct digestive environment is present, resulting in excess fermentation because they're in there for longer, gas and bloating. And this can be toxic and counterproductive to eating healthy food. But when you're juicing, as we will see, the process of digestion is much quicker since the nutrients are already in liquid form and they can pass into our blood circulation straight away. Now, according to Charlotte Gershon from the Gershon Institute, all chronic degenerative diseases are caused by 2 major problems: toxicity and deficiency. Juicing reduces both of these effects because it cleanses the environment that our cells live in by helping to detoxify and floods the body with the nutrients that we need. And it does, whilst removing the fiber, sorry, can't read that, sorry. So juicing reduces both of these effects, toxicity and deficiency, because it cleanses the environment of our cells by helping to detoxify, and it floods the body with the nutrients that it needs whilst removing the fibre, which can be problematic for some people who may have digestive issues such as Crohn's and colitis. Okay, so our world is quite a toxic place. It's got many toxins in the air, sea, and land. So my husband's just switching the audio over because we're getting a bit of disturbance from the fan on the laptop. Sorry, you need to give it. Sorry about that. So I need to switch off the audio on this. I'll need to mute. Okay. Can you hear me now? Is that okay? Can you hear me? I can't hear anybody. Can you hear me okay? Can I have a third? Yes, yes, you can. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Just trying to reduce the sound of the fan on this presentation. So hopefully I've not tempted any of you with this slide, with the food that's on here, but it's that I'm just sharing with you that our world has got lots of toxins in the air, in the sea, and the land. And as a result of the choices that we make in developed country, much of our food is devoid of nutrients. So if you look at the burgers, chips, and pizza, what's the dominant color that you can see there? No one? Okay, beige. Can you see beige? That image on the top right-hand corner with the pizza and the chips and the burgers, that's the dominant color. But we know that our plate should be more colorful than that, with the various shades of red, pink, yellow. It's like I'm talking about the rainbow, really. Green, purple, white, brown. There's so many different shades that we can have in our food, and the different shades give us different nutrients. And this combination of ineffective food, so it all looking beige, is manifesting disease. That's the body's natural way to fight the imbalances that we have and rectify the problem or to heal itself. The bottom picture, you can see there's some sweeties, and that's using artificial coloring to try and present the colors of fruits, but it's not going to do it. That's not natural, and it's full of sugar. So that's not the kind of food that we should be looking to indulge in. So I'll move on. Okay. Now, often when I speak to people about juicing, they confuse these two appliances, a good juicer and a good blender. And then they tell me that they've got a juicer, when actually what they have might be a super blender, which liquidizes the food. Juicers extract the juice and separate it from the cellulose and the lignin of the plant cell walls, also known as roughage or insoluble fiber. So when it comes to juicers, there's essentially two main types of juicers. You've got fast centrifugal juicers, where you have blades that spin really quickly to shred the food item. And then the vortex forces the liquid to strain through a filter into a collecting vessel. And then you've got the slow masticating juicers. This is where the food gets crushed and the juice oozes out. Now, with both types, you get a separation of the juice and the roughage. So you still have to either put the roughage in your compost or dispose of it. Some people will say, dispose, no. And they like to use it to make another dish. I have not done that before, but if that's what you've been able to do, then that's great. But like I said, you could use it in your compost as well. So it's you're not losing out on the benefits in that food that's still left. And there are some food items such as bananas or avocado that you might want to add to your drink, but because they're soft, you're not going to be able to extract the juice. You could try it, but you're going to end up wasting the avocado. So that's when you would place them into your blender with the other juices that you've been able to extract and produce your juicy smoothie. I'll say a little bit about that in the next slide. So sometimes when people say, when I'm doing a juice, like a juice fast, maybe a few days, people will say, but Sharon, what about the fiber? How can it be healthy to have a meal of just juice? And I could say, well, it's healthier than a fry up or skipping a meal or a fast food meal devoid of nutrients. And although that might generally be true, it's not really a constructive response and might cause an argument. So what I tend to do is remind them that I'm only doing the juice for a short term. It could be that it's one of my meals for the day. So I might replace my final meal for the day with a juice. Or maybe I'm juicing just for a few days or doing a week of juicing to detox. But remember that often when people are unwell and they have a loss of appetite, this could be a method to help them to get the necessary nutrients in and recover, since the juices are really easily digested and it gives your digestive system a rest from digesting the fiber. So that's a good way, if like you're convalescing, to get the nutrients in. And depending on what's going into your juice, you might actually be including soluble fiber. This is seen when you get the froth, when you juice apples, pears, pineapples, or citrus fruits. Also known as pectin, this polysaccharide is what is responsible for helping jam or jellies to set. So you do get some fiber from the cell walls when you juice. If you're juicing for a whole day, you might find that you want to include some of the softer fruits, as I mentioned earlier, such as avocado, banana, strawberry, or mango, to help keep the hunger at bay. And including seeds like including seeds and psyllium husks, you could assist with helping the colon to cleanse. The avocado and seeds will also provide some good fats, and you could even include some coconut oil for health benefits, such as helping with Alzheimer's. I also get asked, what about all that sugar, Sharon? Now, remember the slide I showed you earlier with the green juice? This is one of the importances of green juices. Try out some green veggie juices, including things like kale, cucumber, broccoli, mint, or spinach, perhaps with some avocado or a small green apple to help with the taste. Some people think, I like the idea, but I'm not so sure about the taste. So sometimes you could put in like an apple or a piece of some pineapple. And if you're using the pineapple, use the stalk as well, because that's got bromelain, the middle bit, the hard bit that you wouldn't normally eat. Juice that, because that's really good for you as well if you've got inflammatory problems. Caution though, if you have got diabetes, opt for the green juices if you're going to go on a juice, have a juice for the day or a juice fast. And finally, almost finally for my bit here, the health benefits of juicing. Some may say, well, yeah, it tastes good, I know, but what are the actual benefits that I'm getting? And some people juice and they get a wonderful side effect, which they look forward to. Others, they don't want that side effect, and that could be weight loss. But that is something that often happens. Some people juice just to lose some weight. But as you can see, there's many other benefits here, boosting your immunity, to help with your digestion. It helps you to sleep. It can help with decreasing allergies, women's issues such as osteoarthritis or dry skin. And I can testify about the arthritis, actually. I know for myself, if I juice carrots, my knee joints and hip joint pain goes. And then when I think everything's fine, I've forgotten that there was pain, and I stop juicing, it comes back. Okay, so it can also help with chronic illnesses, like I said, hip joint problems, to balance your skin conditions, healthier hair, improve nail strength, decrease your body odor, increase your energy, decrease the need for medications, and help with mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Because when your system's no longer tired and sluggish, but able to digest that food, and your mind is thinking clearer, you can benefit from the information that you're getting with your spiritual lessons. So I think that is the end of my little bit here. So I'm going to stop sharing. We will take questions. If you wish to leave questions in the chat, by all means, or we'll take questions at the end once, because we are going to do a practical demo as well. So Charlene, I am over to you.
Thank you, Sharon. So I'm just going to share my screen quickly. Okay, so juice for health. So thank you, Sharon. And once again, Sharon was talking about the benefits of juicing and how it can give us a good boost when it comes to juicing. But I'm just going to do just a couple of slides regarding raw. When it comes to juicing, we're having basically raw food. So raw foods. So what are they? So raw foods are natural whole foods that haven't been heated above 38 degrees, 105 Fahrenheit, for those who may use Fahrenheit. Above this temperature, chemical changes take place within foods, which, depending on how much higher the temperature gets, this can destroy the enzymes, vitamins, some of the minerals, phytonutrients, and other nutrients within the food once we've heated them. So some of us may, if we're going to have some, maybe some peas and some rice and then some veg, what you want, some heated veg, if you want to say like broccoli and carrots and so forth. Some people actually kill it because they put maybe too much water, or they put it so high and then it's just so soft. So there you're killing the nutrients, the vitamins, the importance of that vegetable when you're cooking it. So that's what happens when it says you're destroying enzymes, vitamins, nutrients. You're filling it with too much water, you're doing it to high temperatures and making it so soft. So that's what raw foods are when you have it below the temperatures. And raw foods, depending on the type, they are a good source of water, vitamins, minerals, and live enzymes. So I'm not going to go through each one of those, but what I'm going to talk about just quickly is about live enzymes. Enzymes, nature's miracle workers. Why are they nature's miracle workers? So an enzyme is a type of protein found within a cell. Enzymes create chemical reactions in the body, and they actually speed up the rate of a chemical reaction to help support life, to help support us. So the enzymes in your body help to perform very important tasks. So these include building our muscles, destroying toxins, whatever we're building up, whether it's in the environment, the foods that we eat, they help to destroy it, breaking down food particles during digestion. An enzyme shape is tied to its function. Heat, disease, or harsh chemical conditions can damage enzymes and change their shape. And when this happens, an enzyme doesn't work anymore, and this can affect the body's process of how the enzyme can help support us. So when it comes to enzymes, they actually carry out quite a lot within our system. So some of the examples are like digestion. So digesting food, it helps to work to store food in the liver and muscles for fuel later on. Rebuilding food into tissue of muscle, bone, organs, glands. It helps when it comes to hormones, attaching iron to red blood cells, promoting oxidation, changing proteins into sugars or and fat. So when it comes to enzymes, we need them within our body as they help us in so many ways. And when Jonathan's going to come up now, to do some juicing, and I'm going to talk about two vegetables. I'm going to talk about two vegetables, and Edgar is going to come on and talk about another two. And these are the four which Jonathan is going to be juicing for us this afternoon. So the first one I'm going to talk about is kale and the benefits of kale. So you can see that this is one type of kale, and I think this is the one that we're going to do, but it's the skinnier ones. It's something Cavelo Nero or something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's those long ones. that's very dark green. So that's the one that we're going to juice this afternoon. But when it comes to kale, the benefits of it, it helps strengthen our bones. It's high in calcium, magnesium. We had magnesium talk with Sonia Barnes, and she talks about magnesium, mitochondria, and the microbiome. So magnesium, vitamin K, and this will help with those who have osteoporosis. It helps fight inflammation, helps lower cholesterol, helps balance the excess estrogen. And I know Dr. Louise was talking about hormones last week. So this all ties in from the talks that we've had previously. Antioxidant boost, it helps to lower cholesterol due to its fiber. The fiber binds with cholesterol to remove it out of the to remove it from the blood, lowering the risk of disease, heart disease and stroke. And it's a hormone balancer. And as you can see on the right-hand side, there's different types of kale. So you have the curly kale, you have the one that I've spoken about that I can't remember the name, but the long dark green one. You have the lacinato, there's the red ball kale, the red Russian kale, the Siberian kale, the baby kale, that one looks like spinach a bit, and the ornamental kale. So there's so many varieties when it comes to kale. And as you can see, to me, it just looks beautiful when you see them. And another vegetable we're going to do is carrots. So what are the benefits of carrots? And I'm sure we've probably heard quite a few when it comes to carrots. So as you can see on the right-hand side, there are many different varieties from red, orange, purple, white, different types. And I think there's even more. So when it comes to carrots, they help to aid digestion and a feeling of fullness. So the high fiber content promotes feeling of fullness and aids bowel regularity, helps lower cholesterol. So another one that helps lower it. Contain a form of calcium easily assimilated by the body that may lower the unhealthy, so the LDL cholesterol levels. It's a powerful antioxidant. It helps maintain eyesight due to the lutein and the lycopene, help maintain good eyesight and night vision. I know some people, they can drive out in the daytime. When it comes to nighttime, their vision is quite, is not there when it comes to the nighttime, but carrots help. It helps with weight control and helps with skin conditions because of the silicon, which is present in the carrots. It helps to promote healthy skin and nails. So those are the two. And now Edgar is going to speak about another two that Jonathan will be juicing later. So Edgar, it will be over to you.
Okay, so I'm just going to pull up the screen share for Edgar. We are getting there. Okay, not that one. Just bear with us. Screen share. There we go. Right, let's put the camera on and okay, you can't get your camera on because the screen sharing.
Okay.
It's okay, I'll put this one on.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to look at two vegetables and the benefits. Now, although I'm highlighting some, there's many more benefits. I'm just, that's right, Shane just showed kale and carrots. So I'm going to do ginger and another one, which you'll see in a moment. I'm going to start off with ginger. So let's get cracking. Okay. Right. Ginger has been used for many, many, many years. It's been used for many, many years. And it has lots of good properties that can be used. It's very good for inflammation, and it's also very, very good for antioxidants. It helps with oxidization, which comes from stress and free radicals. Just hang on a minute. And it's also very, very good for nausea and sickness, especially can be used for like morning sickness with pregnant women, although you need to be careful with being pregnant, but it can be used for these things. The next thing it's good for is, let's see, it's also good for weight loss. It can help with weight loss, and it's also been done with studies with animals, and you could see the difference. It can also help with osteoporosis or arthritis. Now, I don't know how it quite works, but it does help with arthritis. It can also be used to help stabilize your blood sugars. And it's also can help like heart health. It can help also with diabetes. I'm going to just get a little bit of information, which I'll put down. Hang on. You can also use it topically. So you could use it with cinnamon and sesame seed, and kind of create an oil which you can actually put on your joints to actually help with pain. I got too far, and I think I've gone a little bit too far. Is that right? Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see that picture there. You can see in the corner, you can see like ginger, and I don't know if you recognize the small bits at the side. That is turmeric. And turmeric is another thing that's been very well known for pain. So mixing ginger and turmeric, you know, again, can be very, very good to help with pain. Anti-inflammatory. It can help with digestive problems. I think a lot of people do use ginger for that when they have wind or gas or something like that. It's quite renowned for that. Ginger also helps the speed up of your digestion. So, because sometimes the food you eat, if it's sluggish and it takes a lot of time to digest, that's where it starts causing the problems. So ginger can actually help to speed up and actually help to empty the stomach, which again helps to give you relief.
One thing I like to do with ginger, so I'm just going to add in here, if I'm having my salads, I like to, you know, with the potato peeler, I like to thinly slice some ginger and then just cut it into strips and add that to my salad, because that's another way of getting ginger in your raw ingredients if you're not going to juice it. That's another way you can have it in. That's my little secret, my little tip.
Okay, I'm just going to go back a little bit to number 7. Ginger can also help with menstrual pain. So it can actually be quite effective with that too. So I'm just putting that out there as well to help with like women's sister problems that they may have with menstrual pains, and you know, that can be quite beneficial. Now, if you also, it helps with cholesterol. It helps to reduce cholesterol. You know, it actually works with the bad cholesterol, the LDL, and it also can help with heart disease. Now, obviously, the food you eat can have a big impact on that. So again, juicing, using a lot of these types of food, the green, the ginger, fresh food can also help. And I don't mean, I'm talking about vegetables, can be very, 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 very beneficial. There's something else I was going to say. It can also help with cancer prevention as well. They've done some studies, and it's can help with gastrointestinal cancer, pancreatic cancer, liver cancer. So having the ginger can also be very, very beneficial with that. Now, some people say, well, there's one thing that I don't like about ginger. They don't like the taste because it's very potent. Now, I don't really know what to say about that, but what I would say is I think the benefits, there's a lot of benefits to having ginger and mixing it with other things that can really help the body. So that's my cancer presentation. I'm going to move quickly. Sorry, my ginger presentation. I'm going to quickly move on to my next presentation, which is on beetroot. And you could actually put beetroot with ginger.
Oh, that's nice.
And
that's really nice.
You can actually help the palatability by mixing the ginger and the beetroot.
Can I jump in there again? Now, if you remember, I said earlier that there's a juice that I didn't, or a vegetable that I hated beetroot. In fact, my mom used to eat beetroot a lot when she was pregnant with me, and maybe that's the reason why I didn't like it. But mixing it with ginger, pow, okay, it just takes it to a next level, and I can really appreciate the benefits of beetroot when I mix it with the ginger. Little tip there.
Okay, so we're on to beetroot, and let's see what we got with beetroot. So, okay, so if you look to the side of the beetroot, the juice that's in the middle, you can see that it's got lots of vitamins and minerals that you can see there. There's vitamin C, there's folate, B6, there's magnesium, potassium, manganese, iron. There's lots and lots of things there. I don't know if you want to take a quick snap of the different things there, but there's lots. There's lots. And they've got lots of the medicinal properties. Okay, my next slide, it says it doesn't have a lot of calories, but it's full of nutrients. So it's calorie low, but nutrient dense. That's worth making note of. It's calorie low, and there's not a lot of sugars in it and so on, but it's nutrition dense. Okay, it can help, and it contains lots of vitamins and minerals, which I've mentioned already. Okay, it helps with your blood system, your blood pressure. Very, very good for that. It can also it can prevent heart attacks, heart failure, strokes, and so on, which obviously is a big killer around the world. Yeah. What else? It can help with heart disease, heart attacks, stroke failures. Also, it can also help with your athletic performance. So it gives you more energy. So those are things to bear in mind. Let me just go back a little bit. Okay, it's also very, very good to fight inflammation. So if you notice, if you mix the ginger, and the beetroot, you've got double to help with inflammation. Okay. It also improves your digestive health just by having more beetroot in your diet. And I've got here, it says chronic inflammation is associated with a number of diseases such as obesity, high heart disease, liver disease, and cancer as well. Now, there's a pigment in the beetroot which is quite beneficial. If I can just get this. What's it called again? Betalains, which helps with anti-inflammatory, it has anti-inflammatory properties. Again, worth noting. It also helps, the fiber helps your digestive system, which I mentioned already, but it also can help with diabetes. And obviously with diabetes, you have a problem with too much sugar in the system. So because it's high fiber, again, it has a benefit to the diabetes, yeah? It also helps with brain health. The nitrates in the beetroot improves mental and cognitive function. And it also helps with the blood, opening up your blood vessels and increasing your blood flow. So it can help with that too. I'm wrapping up. I am wrapping up. It also helps with weight loss. Beetroot is full of water. It's full of water and it's full of fiber, so it can give you a feeling of fullness. Oops. Let me just go back. It can give you a feeling of fullness. And as I said before, it's has a lot of water, but it's low. It's high water, but it's low in calories. And there's one more thing that I wanted to say. And well, I would say it tastes nice. Others might not agree, but I would say it tastes nice. And if you mix it with other vegetables, there's lots of benefits from it. Now, there's one. I just want to finish with this final thought before we jump to Jonathan, and he's going to do what he does. Is I've got this book which I really I like to use. It's called "Give Them Something Better," and it just has a quick tidbit, just something to consider. I'm basically saying that you should eat a rainbow diet. So I'm saying not only eat a rainbow diet, but you should also juice a rainbow diet. And red is good for blood. Orange and yellow is good for joint and bone health to make it stronger. Green helps to boost the immune system and helps with free radicals. Purple fights inflammation, blue and purple, and also can fight against cancer. And white is good for your hormone levels. So if you just kind of think about that when you're having your foods, it's going to give you something really good to work with regards to increasing your health, fighting off problems, boosting your immune system, and even giving you a better outlook with your life. And with that, I'm finished. And I'm going to hand over to Shirley and Jonathan.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this juicing excursion. My first, just want to give a disclaimer before I start demonstrating the juicing. And my disclaimer is, only those who dwell in my household are able to partake and experience the goodness of the juice I'm about to drink. But you are more than welcome to practice at home with all the information that was shared by Edgar and Sharon and Shirley, so you can have your own experience. Thank you. With that said, I'm going to demonstrate to you. So what we have here today that we're going to juice, we're going to do some carrots. These were prepared beforehand. So I think this this one actually called for carrot and ginger. I do not have any ginger to add to this one, so we'll have to do without it. But when you do it, you are more than welcome to add some ginger to it. It does enhance the taste of the juice. So I'm going to juice, but I'm going to pause so the juicer don't make much noise. Today, the juice I'm using a Philip juicer. It's one that we've got for quite some time now, many years now. So we are due for an upgrade now.
Yeah.
It's, as you can see, it's used a lot, and we have experienced a lot of benefit from this juicer. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to juice, and I'm going to show you while I'm juicing, and then you can see the juice in the cup. Thank you.
Jonathan, could you put your volume on? I know it's noisy, but it will just balance the noise.
Yeah.
So this is our first juice. What I generally do, especially if you are working with a person who you just want them to get the pure juice without any of the pectin or any of the fiber in it, you can go ahead and strain it as well. I'm using a Muslim cloth. You can strain it just to get everything out, all that fiber, and then you get a pure, smooth juice without any fiber at all in it. And like I said to you earlier in my disclaimer, unfortunately, only those who dwell in my household are able to taste this. And you guys can try it at home. It really tastes really well. And I'll let Jasmine try it, and she might be able to tell you how it tastes. So,
it's very good.
and what's the benefit of carrot? What's the benefit of carrot?
It's good for your eyes.
What
And
else? What else? Your bone. It's good to strengthen the bone, and it also good to eliminate inflammation in the body. So thank you guys. I'm going to move on to my other juice, which is my carrot and my beetroot. For this purpose, if you just bear with me 1 second, I'm just going to clean the blender just a second because of the beetroot. So in the meantime, I think I'll just let Sharon keep you company.
You want me to keep you company? Okay, right, let me take my camera. There we go. Can you see me? Right, so what we will do when Jonathan's finished his demos, Joseph, what does Joseph think of the juice? Are you going to give us a thumbs up, Joseph? Yay, a thumbs up from Joseph and Jasmine. Okay, so that must be good. I actually like the pectin, actually like the soluble fiber, and it also helps to make, well, for me, it gives us, if I'm juicing long term, it helps to give a sense of a little bit more fullness. And if I'm doing a green juice like that, I would probably, this is just from my personal preference, I would probably put some avocado with it and make it like a juicy smoothie. But I'm going to share some recipes with you at the end. So when Jonathan's finished his next demo, before we take the questions, I'll share a few recipes that are, some of them are very simple. I mean, like just 2 ingredients, really, really simple. So looking forward to this one. Is there any benefits to have the roughage with the juice? Yes, but it depends on why you're having the juice. If you just want it for quick digestion, so say for instance, somebody who is struggling with eating, unable to take the food through their mouth orally, to chew the food, and they're quite poorly and you want the nutrients to get in their system really quickly, then you would want something that has less fiber in. But if you're something that you're doing like a juice cleanse and you're doing a detox, then yes, you might want to include the fiber. So there's different, and if you remember before, I mentioned something about a blender. So some people are happy to juice with a blender. So it's not really juicing, but it's like have a smoothie, a vegetable smoothie. And if you've got a really powerful blender that liquidizes your food so you don't have big pieces of vegetables, then you can do it that way as well. But we're talking about using juices, plus the extra bit of fiber just to help with the fullness. Are you ready, Jonathan? Have I held the fort for long enough?
Yes, I am ready. And if you guys
Right.
disbelieve what I said to you earlier, you can see there was not even any left for me. It's all finished. The first juicing, all gone. So now I'm going to do the other one I'm going to do a carrot. I'm going to do a carrot and a beetroot, unlike the one before we already prepped. So we're just going to stick it all in the juicer.
Okay, Jonathan, while you're doing that, I'm just going to ask you to unmute again so we can hear your response. I don't know if you prefer to take questions at the end, but someone was asking about peeling the carrots. Does that remove some of the benefits? Because I don't think you peeled your carrots.
Sorry, Sharon, did you say something?
I did. Someone was just asking about the benefit. Does peeling the carrots remove some of the benefits? And I noticed, I don't think you peeled your carrots, did you?
In this instance, we did, but it could be that if you plant your own carrot, you know how you plant them without pesticides and all that stuff, then you could just go ahead and wash it and juice it. In our case, because we buy it from the shop, we do peel it.
Okay, I know for myself, I tend not to peel them. I'll just wash them. If I'm a bit concerned, then I could scrape them, but usually I just wash it. If it's juicing, I'll just allow the juicer to extract any nasties.
Yeah,
but it's good. But it's good. Oh, did you mention anything about washing with apples? Is it apple cider vinegar some people use to get rid of pesticides?
I'm not too sure about that, Sharon. I always just stick to the water.
Yeah,
I know some people talk about that, but there was something else that I want to highlight it. Sharon, if you notice when I was juicing the kale and the carrot, I do kind of make a sandwich with the kale and the carrot, because oftentimes you don't get a lot of juice from the kale, or it's a bit more dry. So I kind of use the carrot to help. And you might find that with other vegetables as well. So if you were going to juice like spinach or ginger or some of those other stuff, then you want to put it with another thing that carries a lot of water. The water content is high. So here is the finished product of my beetroot and carrot. And again, guys, sorry you're not able to taste it, but I can tell you from all the demonstration that we've done in the past, when we do all these presentation in the public space, they do go down as a treat. So I'm really sorry. So you just have to wait until we are near you. Hopefully soon we'll be doing these road shows, so you will be able to taste and see what we are talking about. But thank you very much. That's all from me, Sharon.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. That's really good. And yes, you did, as you did say, we are looking to do a roadshow very soon in Manchester. There's one coming up soon. So those of you who are in Manchester, just watch the space. We will let you know when we're coming, and it will be something that we'll probably have on the TTI Family Health Show as well. We may share some of it in this regular slot if we're going to be presenting at that, between 3 and 5. So I'm just going to move on. As I did say, I do have another presentation to share with you. Let me just get it up and ready. Was that the one? No. Okay, let's just see if it's still there. Looks like it's been closed. Okay, I'm just going to get this ready very quickly. Bear with me, please. Sorry, almost there. Right, so let's go back. That's there. Do forgive me. Almost there. Screen share. Right, okay, so I'm just going to quickly take you to the end of this presentation. And we'll also take some of the questions. We've been trying to deal with some of them in the chat. Some ones have been directed to us. Okay, so here we have a few recipes. I tend to use, get inspiration from someone called Jason Vale, who's known very well in the juicing world. So a very simple one, really, really simple. If you're gonna do like a day of juicing, a good one to start with, or even if you just want to introduce somebody to juicing, is the ginger shot. As you can see there, it's half an apple or a pear if you want to use a pear, as in like a conference pear, not an avocado pear, because you're not going to juice an avocado pear. We've already been through that. So half an apple and a small piece, like 2 to 3 centimeters piece of root ginger. Now, some of you may find that's a bit too strong for you. And if that is, then just add a bit more apple. Use a whole apple to that amount of ginger. But it's really good. It's a wonderful kick. It is what it says. It's a shot. It really does to wake you up. So a wonderful ginger shot. And that, if I was to go through the benefits in just those 2 simple ingredients, we'd be here for a very long time. But let's just say it's anti-inflammatory, anti-histamine, antibacterial. There's quite a few antis in there. So it's a great one for that, as well as the digestive issues, the digestive benefits you get in the ginger. There's so much. So a little bit of homework for you. You can look up the benefits of apple and ginger raw. So there's one piece of homework for you. Another one on there is green juice. it's 2 apples. You'll feel free to take a screenshot. I don't own these. 2 apples, 1/4 of a cucumber. Cucumber is good for its diuretic property, so it helps you with if you've got water. What do you call it when you've got water retention? Thank you, Edgar. I think I need some help with remembering words right now. But anyway, if you've got water retention, cucumbers are a good one to help you to go to the toilet. 1 stick of celery. Celery is good for your bones, very good for your bones. A handful of spinach. Well, we know the greens. In fact, I forgot to share with you one thing about greens. With your greens, you know, the chlorophyll that's in the plants, that is very similar in its chemical structure to the hemoglobin in the blood. So if you're having a juice with greens, that's almost like giving yourself a healthy blood transfusion. I mean, we're not getting rid of your your red blood cells, but it's a really good way to help boost your blood health by giving yourselves a nice green juice, as well as all the other benefits of chlorophyll. And so what is added into this one is a power green, spirulina, barley grass, or a handful. If you haven't got the spirulina powder or the barley grass, you can just have another handful of mixed green leaves. Okay, so that's a super detox. I'll go over that. 2 apples, 1/4 of a cucumber, 1 stick of celery, a handful of spinach, and a teaspoon of power greens. And if you don't have that, just get another handful of mixed green leaves and juice that in, and that's enough to possibly make 2 glasses or 1, and it depends how big your glasses are. The 3rd recipe, sweet beet smoothie. Now, if you remember, I don't like beetroot, okay? It's really earthy, but if I mix it with carrots, which is another one that strangely I don't like. If I mix carrots, beetroot with apple and blackberries with a little bit of ice, you can put that in a nice, well, like a wine glass, and serve that up and knock the glasses, not too hard, you know, just say cheers, and you can get 2 nice glasses out of that. 1 apple, 2 medium carrots, 1 medium bulb of beetroot, a large handful of blackberries, and some ice if you want to just chill it. You don't have to add ice, but it's for me, it's a nice little addition. We will take some of the questions. I think there was a question. No, there was somebody that shared with us. I think it was Cindy that said that she doesn't like a lot of fruits, but when she juices, she doesn't like the taste of many fruits other than pineapple, which I can understand. Pineapples, but when she juices, she can actually have the fruits that she wouldn't normally have. So that's one of the advantages of juicing that I shared earlier. And 3 more recipes for you if we didn't whet your appetite enough. Okay, we've got the veggie power smoothie. Now, this is when my avocado comes in. So 2 apples, and it's another green juice, 1 handful of spinach, 1 handful of kale, half a lemon. Now, if you're using the lemon, if it's a non-waxed, so if it's an organic unwaxed lemon, you can actually use the skin in there as well. You're going to get the benefits from the lemon oil, the essential oils in the skin. You'll get that coming through your juicer as well. Some might find it as a bit too strong, a bit too tangy, and that's fine. And if you've got waxed lemons, then you are going to want to remove the skin. So half a lemon, half a stick of celery, 1/4 of a cucumber, a 2 centimeter piece of broccoli stem. You know, when you've got your broccoli and you've cooked the florets, and you may cook the stem, which is good for you, but sometimes in our fridge, I don't know about in your house, we end up with the florets cooked and there's broccoli stem left. So you can put them in your juicers. And added to that would be, so you juice all of that in your juicer, and then in your blender, you're going to put half a medium ripe avocado, pour your juice into the blender, and then whiz that all up, and you have a nice smoothie. So it's a veggie power smoothie. What makes it the smoothie is that you've got all the fiber from the avocado, but then you also have the wonderful nutrients in that juice. And that's enough to make 2 glasses, definitely. Try it. Let me know how you feel, how you enjoy it. And hopefully, oh, another tip. with your avocado. You know, when you get the avocados and they all ripen at the same time. Okay, so you've bought them, you've got them at home in your kitchen, in the on the table, wherever you keep your avocados to ripen. They all ripen at the same time, and you can't get through all of those avocados. Well, some people can, but I know in our house we would struggle to get through all of those avocados. A tip is, if it's ripe, because that's what you need. You don't want a hard one for this for veggie power smoothie. So if you have a ripe avocado, if you have too many ripe avocados, what you can do is scoop them out of the skin, place them in a freezer bag. Obviously, you're going to cut them in half, and you don't want the avocado seeds. So you cut it in half, remove the seed, scoop them out of the skin, and place them in a freezer bag. And then when you're ready for your smoothie, you can just take your ripe avocado. It's there. You don't have to wait for it to ripen because you already have one, and put half in your smoothie, and there you go. Moving across, we have a Ruby Tuesday. Now, the reason why it's called Ruby is because it has my favorite root vegetable, beetroot. Okay, not so favorite, but I can tell you this one does taste good because it has in there, for me, that quarter of a pineapple. So when you juice the pineapple, your 2 medium carrots, a small bulb of raw beetroot, and 1 to 2 centimeter piece of ginger, the ginger root. You can also add to that some sprigs of fresh basil. That tastes amazing. Okay, that really does taste amazing. And you may be able to get 2 glasses, but I think that's going to be 2 small glasses, like 2 wine glasses. If you want more, just do it again. Okay, your juice is already going to be dirty, so just make some more. If you have a large family, just go for it. Bear in mind though, when you do juice with beetroots, you will see when you go to the toilet, it will be red in the toilet bowl. Don't panic, you have just been juiced by beetroot, so it will appear at the other end. Now, someone has said, I've just seen that flash up on the screen, apples don't belong in lemonade. I hear that, but because the lemon is so strong, potent, especially if you're keeping the skin on, if you've got a non-waxed lemon, this tastes really good. So it's called sherbet lemonade, call it what you want. It tastes nice, it's a nice juice. 2 green apples and 1/3 of a lemon. Someone's saying they've did the veggie power smoothie. It's flashed off my screen, but added aloe vera. You're going to have to unmute and tell us how that went down. So there's another recipe for you. So there's 3 recipes. I'll just go back in case you missed the first 3. So the first 3 are ginger shot, a super detox, and a sweet beet smoothie. Hopefully you've taken your snapshot of that. And the last 3 I have here are the veggie power smoothie, the Ruby Tuesday, and the sherbet lemonade. There's so many juices. You don't have to stick to these 6. These were just 6 of, they're not my favorite, well, kind of my favorite, but I have many favorites. So I hope you've enjoyed today's presentation. Michael, yes, we spoke about mixing fruits with vegetables. That was at the beginning of this presentation when I spoke about eating. When it comes to eating your fruits and your vegetables, you don't want to eat them simultaneously because it requires different pH in the gut to digest fruit as it does to digest your vegetables. And when you eat them together, it will take a long time in your colon, or in your digestion, in your intestines. They will stay around longer, and because they're staying around longer, you're going to get fermentation, and then you'll get bloatiness and gas, and it becomes toxic. So you don't want to eat them together. But when it comes to juices now, because it's quick to digest, you don't have to break down the fiber. Oh, it doesn't. There's not much fiber to break down if you're adding in an avocado. If you don't want to combine the juices with the fruits and the vegetables, by all means, just go with just vegetables and keep your fruit separate. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. And as you notice, when Jonathan did his smoothie, he didn't mix the fruits and vegetables. So that may be a controversial point for some people, but look into that yourself. If you say, you know what, I'm sticking to fruits by themselves and vegetables by themselves, great, do that, but still incorporate, if you want to, the benefits of juicing, because as I said at the beginning, I love juicing, and many people who can't or feel that they can't eat certain vegetables or juices can manage quite well when they eat certain fruits or vegetables, can have them when they juice them. So I think we've come to the end of today's presentation, and the challenge is, you've seen the recipes on there, you've seen what Jonathan's juiced, and he said that he disclaimed that you weren't able to partake of any of his juices. I'll just stop the share here. He did say that unfortunately you won't be able to drink any of his juices that he made in his house, only members of his household, or if you visit him. I'm sure he'll be kind enough to let us try some. He'll be kind enough to make some for us. So the challenge is to make some juice.
Of course,
And
Sharon, I would be more than
also,
happy to make it for someone.
You make it for someone, did you say for me?
Well, if you come around, why not? I'll make it for you as well.
Okay.
But just something that you mentioned, Sharon, regarding the beetroot, it was mentioned on the previous shows, that it's also a good indicator to see when you use the beetroot, to see how your transit time, how well your colon is working.
That's right. This was one that Lucille from Manor House, when she was sharing with us about constipation. This is one of the shows way back, probably about a year ago now, when she was sharing with us a presentation on constipation. She gave us a challenge to do a transit time, and that was to juice some beetroot and make a note of the time that you drink it, and see how long it is before it appears in the toilet bowl, before you see the redness in your toilet bowl. And that gives you an idea as to the transit time, how long it takes for your food to be digested in your body. And there's set times that are healthy. So if it's too quick, then there's possibly a problem. Unless if you're juicing, obviously it's going to be quicker because there's no fiber to digest. But if you're eating and you eat some beetroot or juice it, if it's too quick, then your transit time, there's an issue with your digestion. Maybe you're not chewing your food enough, I don't know. If it's too long, then there's an issue, but there's a healthy period. So go back and see if you can look on our YouTube channel to the presentation we did on constipation, and hopefully you'll find out some more information on that. But I'm ready to stop talking, and I need to drink some water now. And I think we're happy to take some questions. So if we can look through the chat and see if there's any questions on YouTube, and both YouTube and Zoom, if we can try and address some of the questions. But in the meantime, if anybody wishes to raise their hand, thank you for the encouragement, Joan. Okay, so there's a question here on, this is a question to both Jonathan and Edgar. This is one from YouTube. What is carrot, kale, and what's that last one? Oh, ginger useful for? Okay, what is carrot, kale, and ginger useful for? Now, Shirlene did the presentation where she spoke about the benefits. This was in today's presentation, so I'm assuming you missed the first bit. So Shirlene, could you just recap what, is Shirlene available?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. I was just thought maybe you were with baby.
No.
If you could just recap some of the benefits of carrot and kale, and Edgar spoke about ginger. I will mute.
Okay, so carrots and kale, they're high in antioxidants. They're both great when it comes to calcium, magnesium. And of course, with kale, you're having your green leafy, well, one of your green leafy vegetables. And Sharon mentioned it's like giving yourself a blood transfusion, because when it comes to chlorophyll, it represents in our blood. So it's kind of doing yourself a blood transfusion. You're getting vegetables in. What else did I say? Oh, aids in digestion because of the fiber.
Anti-inflammatory.
Oh, anti-inflammatory.
Bone health.
Oh yeah, bone health. Jonathan was listening. Eye health. The vitamin A in there as well. Oh, vitamin K, which has helped with blood clotting. And I think there's probably even more, but that's what I mentioned earlier in the program.
Alternatively, you can rewatch the program and then you will see her slides
Blood builder
on the on YouTube. Sharon?
Thank you.
That was a YouTube question.
Oh.
Okay, Edgar's just loading up the 11 benefits of ginger. The first two is it's anti-inflammatory and it has antioxidant effects. What you find is some of these vegetables have similar properties. So if you don't like, which one was anti-inflammatory? Was it ginger? No, was it carrots or beetroot?
I'm not sure.
Okay, you'll have to go back because I've been.
Carrot is anti-inflammatory as well, Sharon.
Right. So if you don't like carrots, maybe you can have ginger. So there's a variety. Or Edgar shared something about turmeric as well. Turmeric is also anti-inflammatory. It would be quite a strong one to add to your juices, though. But there's different foods that you can eat, different food groups, whether you have them raw or powdered. So they're great for inflammation. Ginger also has antioxidants. Now, many of the red foods are great for antioxidants as well as the ginger. So like your berries, your beetroot, your tomato, lots of these things are great for your antioxidants. Ginger can also help with weight loss, osteoarthritis. It can help to drastically lower blood sugar. So if you have low blood sugar anyway, you may have to be careful if you're going to have ginger because you don't want your blood sugars to drop so low. Okay, so be cautious with some of the things that you're taking. It can also help with heart disease. And it does mention something about diabetes as well, but that research is fairly new. It can also help to treat chronic indigestion, menstrual pain. So for the sisters that are still going through their monthly cycle, ginger can help with that. It can also be used to help lower your cholesterol levels if they are high. And there's some substances that are in the ginger that can help to prevent cancer. And there's two more that we're suggesting. I think I need some more ginger. Can improve brain function and protects against Alzheimer's disease. That was mentioned earlier as well, because I said something about including if you wanted to put some coconut oil in your juices. So there's two things there that you can use for helping with brain health, brain function. It says oxidative stress and chronic inflammation can accelerate the aging process. So you want to reduce that, slow it down. So ginger is good for that. And also ginger can help to fight off infections. I'm sure there's other benefits, but there's just 11. So hopefully that helps the question that was asked on what are the benefits of carrots, kale, and ginger. Okay, there's some comments here. It says it's thank you, Joan at Holistic Hue. Anti-inflammatory, promotes bone health and eye health. I'm not sure if I think this was to do with carrots. Calcium, blood builder, vitamins A, K, D, and C. And then with regards to ginger, it's a warming herb and promotes, yes, of course, it promotes circulation. Thank you, Joan. Beetroot is good for high blood pressure. So again, if you're having carrots and if you're having ginger and beetroot and you have blood issues, remember your blood pressure can come down and your blood sugar levels can also come down. So bear in mind, if you suffer with low blood pressure, you don't want to have too much beetroot.
However, if you suffer with
High blood pressure.
then it's something you could do. You have beetroot and ginger.
But also bear in mind, if you are on blood pressure tablets, consider what you're having and speak to your GP, as we said in the disclaimer, your general practitioner. If you are on blood pressure tablets and you have had your beetroot and your ginger, you may need to let them know what you're doing before you actually indulge in those amazing juices. And ginger, we have here, passes the blood-brain barrier. So, and that's great also if you're having it as an essential oil. So sometimes people have the oils and it's a quick way to get the benefits, because it's the part of the plant's immune system that you can use and just add that to your juice. So any more questions? Anybody would like to unmute? And we've got enough time for a few more questions. Okay. Oh, thank you, Carl. Thank you, Carl. That is so we needed that question. When do you have Barbara O'Neill on again, please? Next week. Set your timers, set your cameras, set your videos, whatever. Next week we have a weekend special. That's correct, isn't it, Edgar? And we have 2 amazing topics. Well, I suppose maybe 3. So on the Saturday she'll be coming on, and on the Sunday. So we have a weekend special. So please join us. And thank you so much, Carl, for reminding us about that. If you can't make it.
She's actually going back home. So this is the last time.
Right, okay. Edgar's just saying to me, this is going to be her last.
She's actually flying back home on the same day.
Oh, right. So she'll be traveling on that same day. So we are so blessed that she's going to make time for us on True Temperance International to present before she travels. I won't tell you everywhere where she's going. Yeah, she'll be traveling on that day. So,
Aaron,
please join us. Yes,
what's your presentation on next week?
Pardon?
Please, can you let us know what will the topics that Barbara will be presenting on next week?
Are we allowed to tell Edgar? Because Edgar normally does this to everybody else. I know what the topics are, but over to you, Edgar. Okay, he says no, tell them. Okay, let's see. You tell them, Edgar.
She will be doing hands and feet.
On the Saturday.
On the Saturday, and she will be doing the integumentary system on the Sunday, which is Shirley.
Say that again. So, oh, you mean what it means?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the hair, the skin.
It's the skin, yeah.
Yeah, hair and
That's
skin.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, and the nails. Oh yeah, Sharon, hair, skin, and nails.
Yeah. So don't miss it, because, as I said, she will not be here. So if you don't catch it, that's it. Unless you go on YouTube, where you can catch all of our programs.
And I think that topic is going to be relevant to pretty much everybody, because most of us have hair. We all have skin. And I think most of us have nails. So that's on the Sunday, and on the Sabbath, it's the hands and the feet. So yes, we are looking forward to her presentation. If you missed it and you're just joining, then you'll have to look back and find out what we were talking about. But yes, Barbara O'Neill should be joining us next week. So thank you so much for that call. Let's see, are there any more questions? Is it okay to juice an apple with vegetable juice, please? I did speak about that earlier. So yes, if you have a vegetable juice that is pure juice with with reduced fiber. So if it's a vegetable juice that's not got fiber in it, then yes. If it's got fiber in it, then just be cautious. I would say no. If you've not juiced it yourself, I wouldn't, because sometimes if you buy a vegetable juice, it may be quite thick and there's fiber elements in it. Joan says a green apple in a vegetable juice is fine. What time on Sunday? As far as I'm aware, Edgar,
Should be
3 o'clock.
it should be normal time. However, if there is a change, please keep aware of the WhatsApp groups and so on, and we'll get the information to you as quickly as we know it. But it should be normal time. And obviously a poster will come out in the week to verify the time and what's going to happen.
Okay. Right, I'm just going to have a look and see if there are any questions in the chat that we haven't covered. There's quite a few questions. Someone says, does boiling the beetroot reduce the nutrients available? And I think Joan said, if you cook anything, you are going to reduce the nutrients.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm just looking through. Do you see any more questions, Jonathan? I'm just, what was, oh, we've looked at the first 3 benefits. Yeah, so we did that. I don't.
Can you use the Vitamix and then strain the juice?
Pardon?
Oh.
Can you use a Vitamix and then strain the juice?
Yes. Yes, that's another way. If you don't have a juicer, you can do that and pass it through the. You can get nut bags. Was that a nut bag that you used, Jonathan? Like for nut milk?
Oh, actually, I just let you guys know, if you go into Aldi, they are there very, very cheap. Don't tell anyone, they're there cheap.
But it's not a nut bag, but we use it.
It's not a nut bag, but it works. It does the trick.
Yes. They sell it as a fruit bag. So when you buy your fruits and vegetables, so to be for sustainability, to reduce the plastics, they suggest that you put your fruits and your vegetables in there to store it. But you can also use it, it's multi-purpose. You can use it as a bag to strain. If you're making nut milk, it's great for that. But you can also use it to strain your juices if you've got a blender. So yes, that question came through. What about using the Vitamix with no water added? Okay, yeah, that's that question. Okay, so yes, I did mention that, Cindy. Struggle to eat fruits as a child, and the only way they can manage to get those fruits down is to juice them. They can juice anything, thank God. Amen. Kathy, thank you, Kathy, for your comments. You said that another way to wash the fruits is to use lemon water and salt. Okay, I do see a hand. Lucy. And before Lucy unmutes, somebody says, do you know where I can get a small, efficient juicer? The idea on here wasn't necessarily to promote any particular brand. So there's many different juicers that are available. Some are better than others, as in you can get more juice out of them. Some would prefer the slow juicers because it retains the enzymes, because it juices on the way it breaks, the way it provides the juice, it doesn't destroy the end. Some would say it doesn't destroy the enzymes that help to break the juice down, so you can keep it for longer. If you're using a centrifugal juice, which is the fast juicer, you're going to want to drink that one straight away. But either way, you still don't want to keep your juices for long. And if you do have them, store them in the fridge.
So Sharon, yes. Someone is asking, is it the same bags that they're doing Sainsbury? I don't know.
I don't know. If it's, so long as it's got a fine mesh,
yeah,
it's going to hold back the fiber and allow the juice to flow through. And obviously, this is an international platform, so you may have a similar shop, store, or you can even use a muslin cloth. For those of you who have muslin cloths, if you've got younger ones, obviously it's going to stain your cloth. So bear that in mind. If you've got something like beetroot or carrots, it is going to stain your cloth. So you're not going to want to use that one for burping your child. That one's going to be separate for your juicing. But you can use a muslin cloth as well. Lucy, you've been very patient. We're going to let you talk, and I'm going to keep quiet.
Hi, quickly. It's like, what are you doing, Lucy? Sorry, Lucy's a technician here. I'm not. I'm Beverly. I just wondered. I tried to make some almond milk. I put them in hot water first to take off the brown husk of it, and then it was in the fridge for a couple of days. But I noticed when I ate one, it was bitterish. When I made the milk, it was quite bitterish as well. And I just wondered is that normal? I've not actually made it before.
Why did you keep it? Why did you leave it for a while before you used it?
It was just lack of opportunity, and yeah, I have a big household.
I would say that once you heat it up and take the skin off, you make the milk straight away. And I think when you make the milk and then you put a little bit of salt in it and a little bit of sweetener, you won't leave it. You'll just drink it because it tastes so nice. So that's my answer. You'll just have it. And I would say that the quality of the milk that you make is better than the quality of milk that you buy in the shop. So when you do it, we encourage you to have it.
Yeah, I would agree with you about the quality because it is so nice and thick, and I did put a little natural honey in it with some salt as well. It tasted good, but that bitter taste was still lingering.
No, but when you do it, it doesn't have a bitter taste.
Okay.
I think with you leaving it, it kind of the quality kind of was less. Normally, when you have almonds and you because remember, if you leave it in its natural state, how long would you have almonds in a bag? It can be a long time in it, and it don't go off. It don't taste funny. It's fine. When you start changing it, when you start taking off the shell and heating it up, it starts to decay. So what you do is you do it, and then use it. Blend it and so on, and use it. Because remember, once you make it into the milk and you put the salt in it, the salt is a preserver. The salt will keep it. If you take the shell off, take the skin off, and leave it in the fridge, it's starting to decay, but it has nothing to try and keep it.
Okay. Thank you. I will try it again.
So try it again, and come back to me and tell me if you don't like it, because
I will.
I think you will.
Thank you very much. Yes.
All right. Take care.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, I can't see you though.
It's okay.
Your head's cut off.
No. That was the other person with.
Yes, go on.
That was Lucy.
Ask your question.
You know, when you do your juices, if you don't need it the same day, is it okay to freeze it and use it another day?
Yes.
Or does it use all the benefits?
It's best to juice what you are going to drink, but some people do freeze them if they're making them in advance, because obviously freezing is going to preserve. It's going to be better than just leaving it unfrozen, but it's best to drink it's best to make the amount that you're going to drink. But if you want to make it in batches, then by all means, go ahead and freeze it. But it's going to be better if it's drank fresh.
The best milk is fresh milk.
No, she's talking about juices.
Oh, you're talking about juices?
Yeah.
Okay, juices. Yeah, you can freeze it.
You can freeze it.
But it's still better if it's fresh.
But if you do it fresh, it's better. But
thank you.
Having it frozen is better than having it frozen and defrosted is better than not having it at all. Now, the person that said that they have made this veggie power smoothie and added aloe vera, that was sorry, just come off the top of the screen. Yvonne Robinson, are you still on? Would you like to tell us how that tasted? And as Yvonne's on there, Jonathan, somebody else, how many carrots and beetroots did you use in the drink that you made? You're muted at the moment though, John.
Yes, so it was one of those bags that you buy from the store. I think we use one in each. Right, yeah.
One bag load of carrots.
Yeah, in each.
But one with the
So
organic
there's
carrots.
So we had two
Organic.
carrots. We had some organic and non-organic.
So there may have been about maybe 7 or 8 carrots.
Yeah, about 7 or 8 carrots each, and then
I'd say 10.
Okay,
and
it's
then
up to you.
Yeah, I would say 10.
it's better to have more carrots than the kale because the kale's quite.
Depending on everybody have different taste buds. So you may want to overpower the kale with the carrots, or you may want to taste, have a lot more of the kale, depending on your taste bud.
And about 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Someone was asking where can we buy muslin cloths from? MUSLIN, muslin cloths. And
So
there is a response on the chat, but also if you go to the mother and baby section in the superstore, so I'm not going to mention any particular store, I've got no allegiance to any of them, but where you can get the like the baby products, like the baby cream, baby nappies, quite often in some of these like drugstores even, I'm not saying drugs, but you know what I'm saying, drugstores, where you can buy medications from, quite often they'll have muslin squares in there, but you can get them online. So yeah. Yeah, so that, I think that deals with that question. Someone reminded us, those of us in the UK, remember to put your clocks back 1 hour tonight because it is that time of the year. So the time difference, the time difference of our presentations may change for you because in the UK we're going back an hour, and so we will have to change the time on our. It's still 3 p.m. UK time, but the time difference may be different for whichever country you're in if it's another country to the UK. The person that's on Lucy's device, whereabouts are you? Are you joining us from the UK? The Midlands?
Yes, I am. I'm in Stevenage, Hertfordshire.
Oh, okay. Nice to have you
Not
with
far.
us. I've been there before when I was a student in Bedford. Occasionally I would visit Stevenage and go to visit the church there. Now. Don't think we've got any more questions. So I think we're covered. Well, it's now 5 o'clock UK time. So we've been on for almost 2 hours anyway. So if there's any more questions anybody would like to ask, if not, we will finish up here and end the YouTube streaming, and then we'll stay on just to meet and greet at the end. So there's one question here, oh, okay, I like this one. Is cucumber a fruit or a vegetable? I saw it mixed in with a fruit in the recipe. Okay, now if you get your cucumber, I haven't got one with me, maybe an assistant will help me, but if you get your cucumber and slice it and you look at it, depending on whether it's a modified, was it a genetically modified cucumber, you may see that there were still seeds in there. So anything that has a seed is a fruit. Okay, so cucumber is a fruit, tomato is a fruit, peppers, sweet peppers, they are fruits. If you look, you have the flowers. When you see where it's grown, even your courgette is a fruit, and your pumpkin, believe it or not, they've got massive seeds in them. They're fruits as well, because you have the flower, and then as the flower dries up, you see at the bottom of the flower, you see the fruit developing. I've got pumpkins in the garden. They're fruits. So yes, and if you wish to juice your pumpkin, I've never done that before, but maybe if you've done it and you've tried it, you can tell us how it is.
Very nice, Sharon. Very nice.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you, Jonathan. I knew I could rely on you.
But just to say, Sharon, these are the bags. So if people are wondering where they can get them, they're quite handy. These are the bags you can get.
So it's a very, very fine mesh.
At that place that I mentioned earlier, you can get them there. These are the bags.
Okay, okay.
Quite
Thank you so much, everyone, for your encouragement, Judith. We appreciate that. Kathy says you can also use flour sacks for straining. Maybe, well, we don't have flour sacks in the UK. I don't think, well, maybe we do, but not where I see flour. But wherever you are in Canada, you have flour sacks. So that's another option.
I can concur with Kathy. Yes, you can use it, but depending on where you are and what's available to you.
Okay, great stuff, great stuff. So thank you everybody for joining us. We really appreciate you coming on here. We're going to just quickly show the promo slides again. Hopefully I've got them. I think I do, yeah. So we'll just screen share. Let's see. Is that okay? Can you see the slides? Right, so let's just quickly run through those. Oops, need to move that. Make that a little bit bigger. Oh, I didn't want to use that method, but never mind. Okay, here we go. Right, so quickly run through this slide. So today, obviously, we're here, the disclaimer. Okay, Shirley, can you say something about our Telegram groups?
Yes, sorry. So this is our Telegram group URLs. And for those who would like to join us on our Telegram group. So we have one for the women, one for the men, and we have a spiritual health group. And this is where we talk about health, well, for the men and the women, we talk about health, we talk about the challenges, we help one another, encourage one another. So that's in the men and the women's Telegram groups. And in the spiritual group, that's for words of encouragement when it comes to the spiritual aspect, prayer, if someone is down or family member or friends for prayer, that's the spiritual health group. So please join us. The URL link, well, the URL is there for you to take a snapshot or write it down. Well, Sharon said, if you're quick enough, you'll be able to write it down. If not, just take a screen shot and then you'll be able to join us onto our Telegram group.
Thank you. But you do have to have Telegram installed on your device if you're going to do that. On a Tuesday, we have Bible studies or Bible discussions, and we're currently in a 10-part series on the battle for the mind. This Tuesday coming up will be an assault on the tower. That's the title. So please join Brother Lewis Harris and Alvin McQueen as they dive into the topic, Assault on the Tower, and have a lively discussion on the Battle for the Mind series. It's a different Zoom ID and passcode, so take a note of that. We will post these posters on the Telegram group, so if you're not quick enough to get the snapshot and you join the Telegram group, you will see that the information is there. We try our best to keep you updated. The next one is Shirley. Yeah.
Hello.
It's a family health show. Little ones want to join in.
So
yes,
what
that's pretty personal.
I'm just going to. So this one.
Get down.
So this one is our essential oil class. Before we had it every Thursday, but now we're going to do it every other Thursday. So there won't be one next week, but there'll be one the week after, the 11th of November. And we just finished the series on New Start, and where we talked about oils and how they can help regarding each acronym, nutrition, exercise, water, and so on. But now we're going to start a new series. I'm starting the 11th of November. Not sure what it is as yet, but please stay tune, please stay with us regarding that. It could be from the ancient oils that's in the Bible, to cooking, to body, skin, and so forth. So please stay tuned with us, and we'll see what that will be for starting the 11th of November.
Thank you. And in fact, we've combined some of the ancient oils with the cooking. Last week, we had a little brief introduction into the ancient oils as we were looking at trusting God as the last letter in the acronym of New Start. And I really found out that the lemon eucalyptus goes amazing on salad. Alvin mentioned it, and whilst we were on the class, I actually added a little bit to my salad and tried it, and wow. So I see salad in a different light now with lemon eucalyptus, so that's brilliant. And plus you're getting the benefits of the ancient oil, lemon eucalyptus, into the system. Right, moving on. 10-day detox program from the 7th to the 16th of November. As you can see on there, Louise Reed is running this with her Mercy's Door Health Ministries. So the details are on there, the cost is there, the contact number is there. So feel free to take down the details, cleanse your colon, detox your liver, lose weight, aid the digestive system, eat raw, and juice your way back to health. So that really does complement what we've just been talking about for the last 2 hours. And we have this one, Charlene, are you able to?
Yeah, so this one is with Konkamani Institute. They are based in South Africa. However, they are doing a health and wellness training seminar for those all around the world. It is virtual every Sunday, starting from the 14th of November to the 19th of December, starting from 1 till 5 South Africa time. But please contact them. It's with Dr. Louisa, who presented last week and the week before, and Jason, who's not a stranger to us neither. He's spoken when it comes to men's health and other topics on the program. So if you'd like to make contact and would like more information, their numbers are +27 82 480 22 40 or +27 82 610 72. Is that 35? 35. Yes, 35. And Sharon, sorry, before you, I know you're going to do the other slide, but someone is asking if we can share the Telegram group. Slide again, please.
Okay. Hopefully that's what you need, and we're looking forward to having you on Telegram if it's going to be your first time. Just when people join, they can remember to consider the Telegram etiquette. So if you have anything that you wish to share that is from another ministry organization, please contact a member of the admin team first before sharing anything else from another ministry. We're all here to help each other and grow, but if you can consider that, we'd appreciate that, please. Thank you. Especially if it's something that's on at the same time, you know, it can conflict with what we're trying to do. Not conflict in content, but conflict in time. So if you can consider the Telegram etiquette. And on here, we're thanking everybody for your support, thanking you for coming on today. And if you'd like to assist with your prayers, we welcome that. We definitely welcome all your encouragement. It really does go a very long way. So thank you so much for that. And if you wish to support us financially, there's details there for you. Hopefully that's sufficient. And lastly, next week, we don't have a slide for it yet, but there will be one soon. And with regards to the essential oils also, we didn't have details on the passcode, on the Zoom ID, but when the new poster comes out, you will get the Zoom ID for the essential oils class. So yes, next week, as we said before, we will be joined with Barbara O'Neill, who will be sharing with us. We'll have a double, what do you call it? A double bill? A double bill, a weekend special, there we go. So on the Saturday, she'll be sharing with us information about hands and feet. Most of us have them. And if you don't, you probably know somebody else that does. So please let them know, share the information, and we will be looking forward to meeting you next week. So that's on the Sabbath afternoon, 3 p.m. UK time. And then on the Sunday, same time, we'll be looking at the integumentary system, which is your skin, hair, and nails, the health of that. So please join us with Barbara O'Neill from, she's a wellness educator, well-known, and she's spoken to us on this platform before with regards to children's health and natural remedies and other things. So if you've not looked on our YouTube channel, please go along, type in True Temperance International on the search bar, and you will find an archive of almost all of our presentations. There's several on there for you to choose from, over 60. I don't know how many are there now, but you will probably find that there's something there for everybody. So thank you for joining us today. And I will stop the share. So those of you who are on YouTube, it's a goodbye from Sharon and Edgar. And
it's a goodbye
from us as well.
From the Kohler household and the children as well.
Yes.
And goodbye from all of TTI as well, our technical support. If there's others on here, it's good. It's a goodbye from everybody. Okay, have a wonderful evening. Have a great week. Enjoy the challenges, and we'll see you next week, God willing.
Thanks very much, guys.